Welcome, sorry, to this rapid game. Yep, a 15-minute game again. I always get positive feedback for those, so I'm going to play one more. Playing Sidorov. Tja, no name, but he's got very high ratings. Even been over 2,600 in 5 minutes. That's very high. Yeah, 15-minute ratings are always a bit tricky. Well, if you see someone with 2,200, you know that is pretty good. But very often those games are based on those ratings are based on not so many games. Okay, we got the Rossolimo Sicilian. Yep, I played an early knight f6. That's a line recently suggested in a book. The Killer Sicilian by Tony Rotella, an interesting book I mentioned before, which features the Sicilian Kalashnikov variation. How is this played actually? Yeah, I know that it is that is how the line is starting with bishop g4, but how does black play now? Knight to d7, I guess. Yeah, I guess to prepare e5. But I'm not totally sure. I don't want to cheat. Yeah, you can always, if you have an opening book available, you can just look it up, during the game. I'm totally sure that there are some people who do that, especially in rapid chess, 15 minutes. They have their books on the shelf and then they are busy looking up the lines. This is really cheating, yeah. So I'm not going to do that. So not clear if this is right. 97. The idea is to play e5 and put some, get some foothold in the center. If I actually will play e5, this looks a bit like a position that could arise from the Spanish, from the Ruy Lopez, some line where it was traded on c6. The double pawns are on c5 and c6, which is different to c7 and c6, but still it is there is some similarity. Okay, so what is white going to do now? Yeah, he mostly has castles or g4. g4 is the aggressive way to do it. But I'm not sure about this move. It might be. It might also be just weakening. Yeah, but I don't know the theory. I'm just making things up as I go along. Okay, so this is an interesting move. It makes sure that e5 can be answered by g4. And I'm losing the e5 pawn. However, if I go e6, interesting. Yeah? If I go e6, he might have something like bishop to f4. Okay. Yeah, it's not so easy to develop. Yeah, if I go f6 intending e5, he might play e5 himself, so that is probably not good. Knight b6, he will retreat to e3, I guess. Yeah, maybe I can still play this one, and after bishop f4 play knight b6. Bishop f4, knight b6, knight e3, then f6 maybe. Intending e5 and possibly after e4, e5, knight d5 by black. Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah, these Rossolimo positions with bishop b5 They tend to be strategically complicated, quite often starting with a somewhat closed position like we have here, and then it later gets much sharper. Yeah, white definitely also can just castle. Yeah, I mean that is not a bad idea. The only thing that castles would pretty much give up upon is the g4 idea. White can also try to castle long, maybe starting with bishop f4. Now he's taking his time, really using the time in the 15-minute format. Unfortunately, it is in a non-increment format. In rapid games, I think it's actually more, it's even more desirable than in blitz to have a small increment, because the quality of the play is supposed to be better, but still at the end you will have this chaotic seconds against seconds situation, and very often you might spoil almost half an hour of play with this kind of hectic finishing phase of the game. I like something like 15 minutes and 3 seconds or something, just a couple of seconds, so that you are able to finish the simple things. Okay, he's taking his time, which is, I mean, understandable because it is complex, but still somewhat surprising. Okay, at least here my reply is simple. He decided to take the space. Yeah, this is something that I had thought of. One idea behind this is that my bishop on g6 is not the greatest piece ever. Quite obviously. So that f4 might be an idea. Okay, I'm going to take here to start with. If I go bishop d6 now, he probably plays knight c4. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, bishop d6. He will play knight c4. Other moves are very pointless. Okay. How do we do that now? Queen c7 is maybe a move. Knight c4, then b5 and c4. That's an interesting way to play. Come on, let's do that. Bishop f4. I have bishop d6, so this is not good at all. F4, bishop d6 should be really okay for me. So knight c4 is looks almost mandatory. And then I was thinking b5 and c4, trying to make some use of the bishop. I mean, I have the bishop here, so if my light squared bishop is somehow activated, it would be very nice. Okay. Yeah, I thought bishop d6 now is good. I don't know what exactly his point is. Is he taking g6 then at e5? But that's not really dangerous. Interesting. A knight move, I take f4, yeah, so he pretty much has to take. Okay. Okay, I mean h takes looks very normal, but still, yeah, I guess. And now, how does he play that? Ah, yeah, he just covers there. Yeah, interesting. How am I going to play that? Do I play some pawn break or structure changing move, or do I just castle long? Yeah, come on, let's castle long. I'm ahead on the clock and want to try to keep it like that. Against that I can actually give the check. I thought this would be quite annoying actually, isn't it?
Check.
I mean, he can move the king. It's not like this is impossible. Yeah, my bishop is not really doing that much on d6. Yeah, I just want to be a nuisance here with the queen, attacking his pawn. b3. Queen a3, yeah. Queen d4. Queen d4, c3 is kind of embarrassing. Okay, I can go to f6. Maybe this is not such a bad idea. But queen d4, I can move the king, yeah, and this is really pointless. But on the other hand, what is my queen doing actually? I can go to a3 for bishop c7, a5. Yeah, maybe that's an idea. And sometimes maybe queen b2, yeah. Yeah, okay, it's not so clear where he should place his king. Maybe just king e2. But I was thinking bishop c7, a5 might be an option. Okay, just attacking g7. No, why not? Why not? It's not very comfortable, this move. I mean, rook g8 looks kind of passive. Okay. Yeah, it's not really ideal. Still, I try to get the bishop straight at bishop c7, a5. If I get this done, trading of the bishops, I should be okay. Yeah, this queen a5, a4, a3 venture, if this was any good, remains to be seen. Yeah, at least he's taking quite some time, so that I'm under huge pressure on the clock. This would be even worse. Okay, I'm trying to get this trade in now. It's not forced or anything. He can play bishop. Okay, he doesn't really have a great square for the bishop to avoid the trade. Yeah, we will see. If I get to a5, bishop e5 can be answered with f6. Not quite sure how he should play here. If I get the dark squared bishop traded, I'm definitely okay. Then his dark squares will be really weak, and I shouldn't have any problems, at least. Maybe something like h4, h5 comes into consideration. Try to open up the h file. Okay, so bishop a5. If he goes b4, bishop, even pawn takes is okay. Okay. Bishop b2, I have queen b4, threatening queen d2. Yeah, maybe this is still the best continuation for him. Yeah, bishop b2, he should probably play queen b4. Okay. So he wants to do what? Bishop c7 now. I get hit by bishop b2. Okay. Yeah, maybe he can play c3, right? Yeah, now I'm threatening f6, trapping the bishop. Difficult. Difficult position. What is he playing now, actually? Don't see a really great looking move. f6 is a very annoying threat. g5, or what is his move? I can play bishop c7 then, if I don't really find anything better. Yeah, probably bishop c7. Or rook f8. No, rook f8 for f6 is g7 hanging. Okay. Yeah, he will definitely get into time pressure with this way of spending his time. Okay, that's the sharp continuation, of course. I do not really intend to take the pawn. I was more thinking of bishop c7 or bishop b6. Bishop c7 for the bishop trade. Yeah, I guess. My queen on a4 is exposed, but also always attacking the a2 pawn, so he cannot easily coordinate the rooks here. He cannot move rook c1 or something like that, as e2 is hanging with a check even. Yeah, he had to avoid that. Otherwise I would have gotten to d4 immediately. So rook a3 is not on. I can take b4. Maybe rook d7. Just rook d7 for rook d8. A good flexible move. At least that's what I hope. Yeah, maybe is b5 a move? The problem is really this queen is always attacking a2. So let's say b5 takes rook c1. I will take a2, and I don't think this is enough. That's not enough for him. Yeah, so rook d8 for rook d3, or is this not sufficient? Or am I going, or should I play for bishop d4 really? I go rook d8, bishop g7, rook d3. That's definitely okay for me. Rook takes queen c2 check is an important point. But I can maybe play some other move, like rook d8, I don't know, king somewhere. And then it's not clear that this d3 business is helping me. I'd really like to trade the bishops on d4. Bishop b6. And then b5 might become, but it's not really on. b5 I can take, rook c1 check, king b8, check on e5, king a8. There's no attack really. I'm still a bit concerned because of this queen position, which is, as mentioned a couple of times, having its points, because I annoy him on a2 very much, but it also still is a somewhat offside position. Yeah, I don't see how he can do anything here. Wow, he's not getting any faster. Okay, so in for b5 or... Okay, I'm going to go rook d8 now. Yeah, so here... Interesting. Now I cannot take d3, so I'm probably move the king away. Queen b5 is threatening rook d3. Yeah, probably. Bishop to d4, maybe. But it's not clear where this is exactly heading. Bishop d4, rook moves, and then what exactly? Okay. Let's think about this for a moment. It's definitely a decent enough position for me, but what to do?
Draw offered.
No. No. I mean, I'm better on the clock, and the position is definitely better for black as well, so I definitely don't draw here. Maybe f5. I don't know exactly. His king is also not very secure, so this is what I'm trying to use. Okay, so rook d4 maybe. Yeah, activating this, and then see what to do with it. Can I do rook to h4? Would be cute, yeah, attacking f4. But it's not so easy to get the rook to h4. Okay, so he actually allows me to take on b4. Is there is no direct drawback to that, I think. I don't see one. Yeah, so queen d4 or queen a4. Queen a4 again, yeah, is good, attacking the weak a2 pawn that cannot be covered conveniently. Okay, bishop d4. Yeah, bishop d4, no? Asks him really what to do about the pawn. He has no good square for the rook. Rook d2, bishop c3. There's no tricks, right? Don't see any. Okay, I can give the check on c2. Is this better than grabbing on a2 somehow? I don't see.
Check.
I don't see it. So and now probably just queen d5, right? Queen trade is utterly hopeless. And how is he avoiding it? Okay, he traded the queens. So with the rook, I guess. Okay, so let's march pawns.
Check.
Yeah, the b pawn is coming as well.
Check. White resigns.
Yeah, that looked like a relatively clean game, at least on the surface. Let's go back to the opening stage. So he took here, and I know that this is a line, but I don't know how play goes from there. 97 looks fairly logical. Intending e5 at the right moment. The knight is not good on f6 anyway, looking at this protected e4 pawn. Yeah, it's interesting. Now e6. Maybe this is the way to go. I was thinking knight b6 maybe, but I mean, I don't know. This looks a bit better than the game, because I think those trades they definitely help me. At least that's what I thought. Here, well, he played f4, but I mean, this is, I think, this is already very inconvenient. This gives black excellent play, using my bishop very effectively. Bishop f4. Bishop d6 is yeah, quite clearly okay. So he went f4, bishop d6, and now he has no big choice. He has to take queen f3. Yeah, and here this is, I don't know, maybe equal. Yeah, I really don't know. I wasn't sure. Maybe white is a little bit better. Yeah, he's got space and he's got a pretty healthy structure. I don't really know.
Check.
Yeah, I wanted to have the queen as an irritating factor. I don't know if this was paying off. Rook g8 is not a very happy move, but I didn't want to play f6, so just cover that. And now this bishop a5 idea, which makes lots of sense from a strategic point of view. He Went here. Bishop b2 was also interesting. Yeah, c3, that's very double-edged, yeah. Now his bishop does not have any squares. So, yeah, he went with b4. I don't think really that this is so great, but yeah, I thought f4, just continuing the whole thing. Like here. I don't know, then covering. In this situation, it's not so clear how good my bishop is. Bishop to c7, maybe back. I mean, this is, I don't know, is this about equal? Maybe, yeah. I don't really see any problems here in this position. It looks structurally a bit weak, but the double pawns, they're not really weak in this position. What they do is they give me half-opened files, which is very important. So, I don't know, it looks fine. And b4, yeah, it's just a strange situation with the queen, but it makes lots of sense to disturb him. Yeah, if you look, the computer is already giving me a very sizable advantage. Around here he's very inharmonious. Yeah, now f5, yeah. Really, yeah, I'm surprised how big the advantage is according to the computer. Stockfish is on -2 already, almost 1.5 now. It's flipping with the evaluation. But here we are on -2 territory. Here white is just falling apart and picking up all the pawns. Yeah, I think probably he shouldn't have played this b4 thing. It is active, but it probably is not working. He should probably play c4 and maintain about equal chances. Hard to tell, but b4 was definitely backfiring. The comp is even giving f6 here. That's interesting. Yeah, that makes lots of sense actually, trapping the bishop. Okay, my continuation wasn't bad either, but this is stronger. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this rapid game. Thanks a lot. Bye.